Good morning, everybody. Praise be to the Lord. Welcome back for our classes, virtual classes. We're going to continue with reading. All right, we're going to continue with reading. We're going to finish to read the story, and I will make some questions about the reading, and we're going to work. Well, you're going to work on um, the diagram or the graphic organizer, right? About the story that I told you on Monday or Tuesday, I didn't remember what day. About the sequence and events that you have to work, okay, when we finish to read the story. So let's go on page number 428, right? Let's go on the page number 428, and we're going to finish the story about James Forten, right? So, okay, start to read Cesar.
James was taken aboard the Amphion with others from his crew. On board the British ship, Captain Beasley inspected the prisoners. There were several boys among the American crew, and he separated them from older men. Captain Beasley soon looked over the boys who had been captured, many of them younger than he was. Although still prisoners, the boys were given more freedom than the men, and Beasley soon saw the Americans playing marbles. He joined in the game, and it was during this playing that he befriended Forten. The result of his tentative friendship was that Captain Beasley did not, as I might have done, send Forten to a ship bound down St. Martin, to a ship bound for the West Indies and slavery. Instead, he was treated as a regular prisoner of war and sent to the prisoner ship the Jersey. Dark and forbidding, the Jersey was a 60-gunner anchor of Long Island. In New York, it uh, had been too old to use in the war, and had been refitted first as a hospital ship and then as a ship for prisoners. The portholes had been sealed, and 20-inch squares carved into her side. Across these squares iron bars were placed.
Okay, thank you, Cesar. Very good. Okay, I have one question only for this part of the story. Participation, people. Participation. I'm on page number 428. I already say it very carefully. 428. Okay, just one question to you people. What do you think? This is about comprehension, okay? What do you think the author means when he says that Forten and Beasley's son had a tentative friendship? What do you think? What do you think? I will repeat the question. What do you think the author means when he says that Forten and Beasley's son had a tentative friendship? Let's see, who wants to get his or her own opinion about this question that I already made? What do you think the author means when he says that Forten and Beasley's son had a tentative friendship? No one? Let's see. I heard a microphone. No one? Okay, it's a simple answer, people. The two boys got along well, but the future of their friendship was far from certain. That is the only question, the only answer. I need you to understand you have to read the story and not read just for reading. When you start to read the story, you have to imagine, you start to make a comprehension, to understand each word, to understand the sequence of events that the story said. You have to analyze people. You have to analyze. If you don't analyze, you don't know what we are talking about the story, right? Let's continue. Page number 429. Fatima, just the first part, please.
Okay. The captain of the Jersey greeted the prisoners with a sneer. All were stares under the watchful eyes of British mariners. They wouldn't were on Nate the sick ignored. The pitiful cries of other prisoners came from below decks. A few pale, sickly prisoners covered with sores were huddled around a water cask. Then came the cry that some would heard for months, others for years. Down, rebels down. They were rebels against the king. To be despised, perface to be hanged. Traitors they were being called, not soldiers of America. James was pushed into a line on deck. The line shuffled toward the water cask, where each man could fill a canteen with a pint of water. Then they were pushed roughly below decks. The whole of the cheese was dark. What little light there was came from the small squares along the hull. The air was dank. Some of the prisoners were moaning, others made pumps to remove the water from the bottom of the boat. Sleep was far coming, and James wasn't sure if we could. mm,
Okay, okay. Question, question. What do you think it means that the captain of the Jersey greeted prisoners with a sneer. What do you think it means that the captain of the Jersey greeted prisoners with a sneer? Appear almost on the top. The question appear almost on the top of the paragraph. People, what do you think? If you don't know what is sneer, sneer is burla, right? What do you think it means that the captain of the Jersey greeted prisoners with a sneer? Hmm? Nobody. Okay. It means he felt no sympathy for them, and maybe even look down on them also. That is the meaning. Okay. Let's see. Continue reading, Anna.
Richie's son had like him, he remembered, and the boy had offered to persuade his father to take James to England. It would have been better than the whole of Jersey. In the morning, first thing the crew did was to check to see how many prisoners had there during the night. Many of the prisoners were sick with yellow fever. For this death would be just a matter of time. Forten later claimed that the game of marble with Leslie son had saved him for a life for slavery in the West Indies. But on November 1st, 2 weeks after the capture of the Royalists, the news reached New York to read General Charles Cornwallis had surrendered to George Washington. Washington has strongly protested the British practice of sending prisoners to the West End. It was probably the news of his victory more than the game of marbles that saved the young sailor.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Anna. Okay, and what reason is provided for why the prisoners are treated so harshly? What do you think? What reason is provided for why the prisoners are treated so harshly? Well, actually, this story is very historical because in many parts of this, we have seen many special events. I will repeat the question. What reasons is provided for why the prisoners are treated so harshly? Exactly. That is the answer. Can you say it in the microphone, to, Roland?
The British think that they are traitors.
Exactly. That is the answer. From the point of view of the British, from the British, the soldiers are traitors. They are not the heroes fighting for freedom. They are rebels who have betrayed their country. That is the answer. Very good, Roland. Very good. Let's continue, people. Let's go on page number 430. If you see, this is the picture of maybe of James Forten, and saying there an unknown artist probably painted this watercolor portrait of Forten during his lifetime. Maybe. Okay, just maybe. Okay, let's see. Jose Valenzuela on page number 431. Start to read.
James Forten was not a hero. He did not single-handedly defeat British or sink a ship, but he fought, like so many other Africans, for the freedom of America, and he fought well. He was only the one of thousands of Africans who helped to create the country known as the United States of America in Philadelphia. After the war, James Forten became an apprentice to the man his father had worked for, Robert Bridge. Like his father, James was a hard worker. Eventually, he would run the business for Robert Bridge, and by 1798 he owned it. At its height of business employed 40 workers, both black and white.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jose. Okay. What do you think the author writes that James Forten was not a hero? What do you think? Why the author writes in this story? It's an opinion, actually. Why do you think the author writes that James Forten was not a hero? And other writers in other stories said James Forten was a hero, but this author, who was the author of this story? Somebody remember? Now, without watching. Walter Dean Myers was the author of this story. Walter Dean Myers was the author of this story. So, what do you think Walter Dean Myers, the author of the story of James Forten, this is story, right? That James Forten was not a hero. Yes, but because only won the freedom of America. Actually, the people who wants the freedom in the United States in those times were heroes. Because he did not single-handedly. Could be, could be. Because the thing he made was support the racism and slavery. Actually, no. Okay, the author um, of this story. What is the name of the story? Of the author of the story? What is the name of the author of the story? Nobody knows it. And maybe that come from for Walter what? Walter D. Mayers. Is Walter D. Mayers. Uh-huh. The author writes that James F. Forten was not a hero because he is nothing that Forten did not do anything to distinguish himself from others in the Revolutionary War. He simply fought with a bravery and skill, like so many others, to help establish what is now the United States of America. In other words, Walter D. Mayer thought James Forten is like anyone who fought in the Revolutionary War. O sea, era una persona más que no hizo algo maravilloso, algo espléndido, según el autor, ¿va? Por eso el autor no lo considera como un héroe, ¿verdad? For that reason, because Walter Dean Myers noting that Forten did not do anything to distinguish himself from others in the Revolutionary War. Something special, something bigger, something historically speaking about any important event. He didn't make anything. He simply fought with bravery and skill, like any other. Like any other. Continue reading. Yvette.
Forten became one of the wealthiest men in Philadelphia. He married and raised a family, passing on to them the values of hard work he had learned from his father. Forten made several major contributions to the sail-making business, among them a method of handling the hull sails in a shop which allow sails to be repaired much faster and save precious time for ship owners. In the coming years, he will use his great wealth to support both
Anti-slavery.
slavery groups and the right of women to vote. At a time when over
90.
90% of all Africans in America were still in a state of enslavement. James Forten became one of the most influential of the African abolitionists. He spent much of his life pleading for the freedom of his people in the country his people had helped to create.
Okay, very good, Yvette. Thank you. Let's see. This one is not in the class. Who else? This one. Only two. Okay. Let's see. Two questions. Well, actually, three questions. What does the author imply about James Forten and his abilities as a businessman? What does the author imply about James Forten and his abilities as a businessman? Because he was what? He was intelligent, he was smart. The author implies that that he was shrewd and smart. he succeeded in taking over the business and helping it to thrive? That's another question. How did Forten use his success to help others? What do you think? How did Forten use his success to help others? Mhm. Uh-huh. By influence but the others, yes, could be. Could be. Supporting anti-racism and right for women to vote. Yes, that is one. Also, um, to support both anti-slavery groups and the right of women to vote. Okay, anti-slavery, not anti-racism, anti-slavery. Okay, he became a leading voice for abolition, the end of the end of slavery, and he also continued to fight for equality by supporting the right of women to vote. Very good. And could it be argued that James Forten became a hero after the war? Why or why not? Could it be argued that James Forten became a hero after war? Why or why not? Yes or no? He could be a hero. Yes or no? No, say Diego Guardiola. Why not? Why not? Why not? Roland said yes because he made different changes in America. Mm, 50-50 is in your answer. But I want to know why. Okay. He doesn't do something heroic that distincts him from other people. Okay, it's a good point. It's a good point of view. I will say this 50-50. It yes and no. No, you give the answer actually. Because he doesn't do something heroic that distinct him from other people. He did the same, okay? He did the same like other people who fought against this slavery, okay? But he made different changes in America, and that could be a hero also. He worked hard and always fought for what he believed was right. He spent a large part of his life standing up for freedom and trying to improve the lives of others. So for that reason, it's 50-50. He fought for freedom, like many others. What things he do? Nothing heroic. Nothing heroic. Okay. So we have some minutes yet. We have some minutes. If you remember, if you remember, right? Let's see. Where is it? Okay, here it is. You have to remember, you have to draw a graphic organizer. That is the same that appear in the page number 418. Okay, you can make it digital. Okay, you can make it digital. If you see on page number 418, you have to make it at least not 10. You have to make it um at least of let's see. Wait. At least of 9. Okay? You have to make it at least of 9, and you to work with your graphic organizer. Okay? You can make it um as I told you, you can make it on digital. Okay? Because we're going to share it here in the screen. Okay? Yes, it's about all the history, the whole story. Okay? It's about the whole story because we already read it. Okay? So, no, this is not that. Sorry. Okay. We are in reading. Okay. It's about the whole story, about what you have to do. It's not 10 squares, it's only 9 squares you have to make it. Okay. Well, I don't know. I really don't know what happened here. Why I can't um, um, change it something. Okay. So, for tomorrow, in the class of reading at 7 a.m. in the morning, okay, you have to make the graphic organizer, and we are going to discuss it in here in class. Okay, I will share with you the screen. I will permit to you to share the screen. You have to explain. You resume your summary of the story. Okay, you can follow the instructions on the page number 418 of the graphic organizer. Okay, about the sequence of events. Okay, about the sequence of events. Do you have any question? People, take points. You have to do the homework. Okay, you have to do that homework. It take points, right? So please do it. Do it. Okay, guys, we don't have much time. See you at 9:30. Sorry, yes, at 9:30 for grammar. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Go to it. Go. You have PE. Sorry. Yes, you have PE today, right? At 8:20. You have PE. So people, take care. Go take a shower. Go and eat your breakfast. Okay. So bye bye. See you at 9:30. Bye bye. You always want to disconnect by the time it's over, right? Yeah, I see that. I can see that. Still waiting. We're going to Spanish. Yes, you're going to Spanish. You have to stay in Spanish. It's time to stay in Spanish. I have 7 a.m. 42 minutes. And the class starts at 7:40. So go to
Yo no
Español.
puedo salir de una clase, usted la tiene que terminar.
Really. Wow. Okay.